Shalom, family. It's good to see you all here. Hope you're doing well. I sure do. So, we're going to talk about this. I think he's a music producer from Ghana and how he tried to criticize gospel music. He said it's sung too hard and don't nobody want to hear all of that. Well, see, this is why you should learn things before you open your mouth. And I'm going to refute what he said. And somebody that's a music producer, he's not a very good one because he should have researched gossip music, gospel music, and he would have realized how huge it is in America. And the numbers are not falling. The numbers for gospel music is rising. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. But see, this seems to be the standing pattern. These folks talk first and they don't bother to find things out. Gospel music is our forefathers' creation. It was created on the slave fields of America. That's where it originated. And from there, it has become a global genre. Okay. People all around the globe listen to our gospel music. And you saw what I did over a month ago. I did, a cosplay, and you see all these different ethnic groups, Japan, and even churches, white churches all across America. Everybody's trying to sing gospel like us. Everybody, even people in other countries, are trying to sing the music like we do. But he's sitting there criticizing it. And then plus, I went to African choirs. You should see how crazy they are. I said, what is this man talking about? If anything, they are really neck and neck in how they sing the music like we do. So I don't know what this man is talking about. I think some of these people are on autopilot with their hatred for us. I really do. I think that mess is on autopilot. They say things when it's even unwarranted. It's just a popular thing for Africans and Black Brits and even Latinos to trash us on videos. You know, like I said, it's a big way they're getting views these days. And it's like nobody got anything good to say. Everything is all bad. See, that's why we got to do the block party, y'all. And this guy really, he is the reason why the block party exists. And even he doesn't say anything that makes any sense anyway, in my opinion. So I'm going to share my screen and we'll listen to this idiot because he doesn't know a damn thing about gospel music and how it sells in this nation. All right. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Thank you.
That intentional or was it just God?
No, it was intentional. Marriage broke because the gospel norms wasn't working no more, man. Y'all sing too hard. Y'all oversing.
Good God.
Stop doing that. Nobody want to hear no runs. They look at runs. They don't want to sing runs. That's why R&B and pop, that's why pop is more popular than R&B. People like singable music. They want, like you would rap. That's why Chris Tomlin was the greatest worship leader ever. Why? You know what? Want to know why?
Why?
He's not the best vocalist ever.
Wow.
So people like to hear music. They think, oh, I could do that. That's what's going to happen at a church. If a worship leader hear you singing, he think, I could never do that. He's not going to sing the song. Like, why would he? If you sing a song in a way that, like, It's congregational. That's why the mix on their stuff is different. We mix towards us singing. They mix towards the congregation singing. You'll hear a lot of loud.
He's full of shit. Now, let me read something to y'all. All right. I would never take his advice. That's lousy advice. I would never take this man's advice. That's lousy advice, and he doesn't even know what the hell he's talking about. So, anyway, that's our music, and we can sing it any way we want. If we want to oversing, undersing, we got every right to do it. We are the creators of the music, not him. All right. If you weren't on the slave fields, then it didn't come from you. So let's get to it. Let me share my screen again because I want to read something to you. Okay, here we go. Okay. So according to him, we're over singing the music and don't nobody want to see that and yeah. Okay. Well, let me read you something about gospel music. Gospel music experienced a significant growth in 2024 with Christian slash gospel genre consumption increased by 8.9% overall in the first half of the year, far outpacing the industry average. This growth was driven by a younger streaming focused audience and was further boosted by a 30% rise in consumption on Spotify. The genre became one of the fastest growing in the US, all right, and saw an increase in global reach. So what the hell is he talking about? Nobody want to hear that. What is he talking about? You know what? Stick with Ghana, okay? Stick with Ghana, stay in your lane because you don't know what's going on in our lane. Stay in your lane. Talking about he's some music producer. You ain't a very good music producer because if you saw the sales, you would know that gospel music is extremely popular, not only here, but worldwide. The biggest consumers of it is a lot of it is us. We are. And it's a lot of white people too that listen to gospel. But what the hell is he talking about? Don't nobody want to hear that. Don't nobody want to hear it. No, don't nobody want to hear you and your lousy opinion. Yeah, exactly. And see, this is once again them acting like they know more than we do about things. He obviously don't know US music as well as he think he does. And when you are that wrong, you shouldn't be commenting on anything. All right? So maybe he knows what's going on in Ghana more than he knows what's going on here because he definitely don't know what the hell he's talking about. Gospel music has been rising for decades, for many decades. And hell, I remember the gospel albums my mother had when I was a child, you know? And even then, a lot of those stars like your Mahalia Jacksons and the Mighty Clouds of Joy, I mean, it goes way back. And I remember her playing that, and she had all them albums. So even back then, a lot of the people around us were listening to gospel music. So for this dude to come talking about stop doing that, stop singing, you sing too hard and all that. Well, we can sing any way we want. We really truly don't need any critiquing from this dude. So, y'all, according to what I read to you, nearly on every streaming platform, gospel music increased, especially among the young people. It didn't matter what streaming platform it was, it increased in sales and it increased in the amount of people that was listening to it in 2024. Now, 2025 numbers are not out. We have to wait till 2026 to get that. Always got an opinion and always wrong. You notice that? Always got a damn opinion and always wrong. Thank goodness for the block party, y'all. I am grateful for the block party. That's all I got to say. I am grateful. Mhm. And if it wasn't for gospel music, you wouldn't have a lot of he talking about pop is outselling R&B. Well, pop ain't outselling hip hop. Okay. This is just his attempt of trying to say, and even pop music is ours. Pop music is ours. It's a lot of spin-off music, but that's still our music. All of it is. So I guess he think pop don't belong to us. That's why he brought that up. No, that's ours too. Pop music belongs to us too. Mhm. Yeah. So, buddy, stick with Ghana. Okay? Stick with Ghana and you stay in your lane and we'll stay in our lane with our music. You're criticizing something and at the end of the day, you weren't accurate about it at all. If nobody wanted to hear that stuff, then the music sales would not be going through the roof like it is for gospel music. And it's going up. And guess who are the popular gospel singers? Just take a guess. Our people. Our people are the most popular ones that are listened to globally. I mean, how many famous Ghana singers that are known worldwide that's singing gospel music? Can anybody name one? Can anybody name one Ghanaian gospel singer and they are popular worldwide? How about a choir? A Ghana choir that is famous worldwide that everybody heard of? Anybody? Okay, then it's time for him to shut the hell up. Mhm. Everybody wanna have a disparaging thing to say about us. Everybody. Everybody. Mhm. Right. That's why I laugh even when it comes down to hip hop. They keep naming all of these Africans, and I was like, I never even heard of these people. Well, they better than so and so. No, they're not. No, they're not. And if we haven't heard about them, then obviously they don't have that big of a career. But yeah, I guess the name of the game is always try to be better than us and keep failing. So anyway, Monica Gregory, thank you so much for your super sticker. And Jeffrey Massey, thank you for your super sticker and your support for my channel. My mother did too. My mom listened to a lot of people when I was coming up. And the Hawkins family, oh, they were big. They were a big one. And the first song I can remember was a gospel song, you know? And not to mention, we know all the hymns from church and everything. I mean, we got to stop letting them have a voice. That's why I'm glad with the block party, that's what's going to shut it all down. It's going to shut their voices completely down, and they're not going to have the reach that they have online. Once we stop listening, that's one thing these folks haven't learned yet. Once we stop listening to you, it's over. Look at Tyler. It's over. See, once we turn our backs on you, it's over. Mhm. I sung in the choir. Monica Gregory said my mother was in a gospel group. Yeah. And I sung in the choir when I was growing up. I sung in the children's choir. Mhm. And in fact, my family is musical, especially on my mom's side. You know, I have a lot of cousins that sing and play piano, play different instruments, drums, and everything, and they play in church. Hmm. Yeah. So, y'all, that's all I wanted to show you this idiot and what he was trying to say, trying to dismiss the music. And I bet if I pull up music sold from Ghana, choirs and gospel singers, and the ones over here, I promise you, y'all, we outpace whatever they're selling over there in Africa. I bet my everything in my wallet on that. I bet everything in my wallet. They are not selling like they are selling over here. There's no way, because if they were selling like that, we would have heard of these choirs and these gospel singers over there. I bet their sales don't even compare. Mhm. Yeah, and they rip off our stuff too. They only do hip hop because they got it from us. They got it from us. They didn't come up with that on their own. They just like everybody else around the world that do it, you got it from us. Mhm. Exactly. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Thank you so much for being here. I got another video coming up at 4:45, and yes, it's about them folks coming out and saying they don't wash. So those videos are coming up again, so I'm going to address that again. So hopefully you will return, and I will get y'all caught up on that. And yes, it's disgusting. And some of their own people are now calling them out for being nasty and for not bathing. So I will see you then. Shalom, family.